borrow money for a new car. If you're planning to buy a car, you probably would need to borrow money to pay off the car company. With the economy, it is much easier to apply for a loan and just pay off the bank incrementally per month as opposed to shelling out thousands of dollars up front. Banks and other lending firms are very used to letting people borrow money for their purchases and projects. These transactions usually give the bank the chance to cash in on a bigger windfall due to the interest that would be paid all throughout the monthly incremental payouts. Of course, the banks won't just hand you the cash. Here are the things that you have to consider if you want to borrow money to buy a new car. You have to know your budget. Think about how much you'll be willing to spend for the car. Always be financially strategic about the decision-making process. You don't want to owe the banks more than you're willing to borrow. Think about the upkeep of the car and how fuel efficient it is. Set your finances in an organized manner. The banks would be more easily swayed by your application if you can prove that you have a good financial standing. You can prove this by showing your pay slips, to prove that you have a steady and sustainable income that could be used to make the monthly installment payments. Providing documents that show you paying bills on time in credit cards and other loans can make the bank think that it is not risky to allow you to borrow money from the firm. Some banks can also ask for a collateral, something that they could get from you should you default on your financial obligations. Try to look for the loan package that would best suit your current budget. As a rule of thumb, banks would generally ask for higher interest rates per month if the client pays a larger monthly installment. Pick the payment schedule that would allow you to still keep an optimum amount of money with the least interest possible. Explore other options such as applying for a car loan with your company or employer. Some big companies would actually shoulder part of your car share. Ask your human resources department about this. If you want to keep it within the family, you could always ask money from your parents or other relatives. Just make sure that you pay them back on time. Borrowing money to buy a car is something that millions of people do every day. There are many terms to agree upon, but whatever happens, the most important thing is to stick the stipulations of the contract. You may lose the car and the chance to borrow money in the future if you pay to adhere to your obligations that you yourself signed up for. Just be smart about your moves and you'll be driving your new car in no time.